Jessica and I have been in love for 7 years, and I have been her assistant for 7 years. After the award ceremony, Jessica admitted in front of reporters that she had a rumored romance with Tom. Fortunately, Tom accompanied her to join the group this time. He should get half of the award. Tom, who was standing next to her, put his arm around Jessica's shoulders and generously said that the two of them would be getting married soon. There were so many real couples on Weibo, all talking about Jessica and Tom as a handsome man and beautiful woman. This time, I didn't call her frantically to question her but calmly turned off my phone. I have struggled with this relationship for 7 years, and I am finally tired. When Jessica came back, it was already 1 in the morning. She was a little surprised to see me sitting in the living room and not sleeping. There was a cake on the dining table, and it hadn't even been unpacked. A week before the award ceremony, the organizer informed Jessica that she would win the award. Jessica said that the day of the live broadcast happened to be my birthday, and she would also announce her relationship with me, her assistant, on that day. I recognized the suit jacket she had just taken off. It was the one Tom wore in the interview video. "Why are you still awake? Didn't I send you a message? The team celebrated my award. Do you want to have dinner together and come back later?" I've been Jessica's assistant for 7 years and am considered a member of the team. But when it comes to parties, Jessica rarely lets me attend if Tom is around. Is it a team dinner or a date? I don't want to know anymore. What's wrong with you? I pointed at the kiss marks on her shoulder and asked, even though I knew the answer. Jessica's face showed a trace of panic. I was bitten by a mosquito while waiting for the nanny car. It turned red after scratching a few times. Just apply some medicine. Seeing that I didn't ask any more questions, Jessica still felt guilty. She could see that I didn't look well. Jessica walked over and sat next to me. She took out a square box from her bag and handed it to me. "Open it and see if you like the birthday present." If I remember correctly, Tom's hand on her shoulder during the interview was wearing this watch. I casually put it on the table. "Don't you like it? I don't want things that others have worn." My attitude toward Jessica was different from usual, which made her feel a little uncomfortable, probably because she felt guilty. Jessica patiently explained to me that Tom had just entered the industry not long ago and didn't have much money to buy such an expensive watch. "Anyway, I'm just lending it to him to wear for a while, so it's nothing. Since he likes other people's things so much, just give it to him." Jessica knew I wasn't only talking about the watch, but also the fact that she admitted their relationship in front of reporters. Tom has just joined the company, and the CP hype with him is just to make him more popular. This award doesn't have much weight. I will announce our relationship next time with a more prestigious award. I hummed in a cold tone and then stood up to go back to the room, but Jessica grabbed my hand and said, "Jonathan, this is the trophy. I brought it back especially for you." In the past, Jessica would give all the honors to Tom, no matter how big the award was. This time, the trophy was brought back only because Tom already had an identical one. Just before Jessica came back, I had already seen Tom post a status on Weibo, "One for you and one for me, so we're a couple." Put it away, I didn't take it. In the past, I would be happy for a long time when Jessica gave me something, but this time, my attitude made Jessica lose her patience. "Jonathan, just because of such a small thing, you give me a cold look. You are not like this at all normally." I didn't react at all and went straight back to the guest room. Jessica usually has light sleep due to work. To avoid disturbing her, the largest master bedroom was given to her for rest, and several other large rooms were converted into cloakrooms. The whole house is more than 200 square meters, and the guest room of only a few square meters belongs to me. Jessica never cares about my feelings and takes my efforts for granted. The next day, when I woke up, Jessica was not there. She left a note on the dining table in the living room, saying, "It's my fault for not celebrating your birthday. I will come back early tonight and make up for it." I crumpled the note into a ball and threw it into the trash can. Jessica's schedule today only included an advertising shoot. Her agent was accompanying her, so she didn't need me. She would only bring me with her when joining the crew to act as a laborer. Since she wanted to end this relationship, it was time to quit Jessica's position as assistant. When I arrived at the company, the HR department hadn't arrived yet. I heard they drank too much last night and would be late today. I didn't have anything else to do, so I found a place to sit and wait. An hour later, the head of the HR department came in with the smell of alcohol from last night and asked me to resign. She didn't give me a kind look and muttered, "You want to quit such a good job? I don't know what you're thinking. In the company, only Jessica's agent knows about our relationship. Everyone else thinks I'm a toad dreaming of eating swan meat shamelessly following Jessica around. They don't know I gave up $1 million annual salary just to take care of her and be an inconspicuous assistant." I passed by the tea room and happened to hear a few newcomers talking. "Have you heard that Sister Jessica publicly announced her relationship with Tom at the award ceremony last night? So romantic, isn't it?" Another girl agreed. "I went to the party last night. Handsome Tom was very considerate to Sister Jessica. You don't know they kissed last night. It was so sweet. Who understands? But fortunately Jonathan didn't come last night. It seems like he and Sister Jessica are close. If he had been there, who knows what would have happened." The person next to her agreed, "That's right. He relies on being Jessica's college classmate and thinks he can become her boyfriend. He's just dreaming." Another girl added with contempt, "You mean Jonathan? Sister Jessica told me he's just a small assistant. How could she fall in love with him? Only a handsome guy like Tom deserves someone like Sister Jessica." Originally, I just wanted to leave, but because of the smell of lilies in the tea room, I sneezed. They saw me and shut up. Just as I was about to go, I saw Tom and Jessica coming to the company together. I planned to leave immediately, but Tom spoke first. "Brother Jonathan, it's all my fault. I insisted on dragging everyone to celebrate Jessica's award yesterday and forgot your birthday. I'm so sorry." Tom looked at me proudly. "Why are you apologizing to him? It's not your fault." Jessica's tone was gentle, and the doting look on her face couldn't be faked. After the shooting ended in the afternoon, I planned to make it up to him for his birthday. He wouldn't care about such a small matter. If it had been in the past, I would definitely have quarreled with Jessica and questioned her, but now I just wanted to leave quickly. Jessica directly sent me the address of the restaurant and told me to go there in the evening. She said she had prepared a surprise for me. When they left hand in hand, Tom looked back at me deeply. I didn't want to understand the meaning in his eyes. I took my resignation letter and went straight home. That night, I arrived at the restaurant I had booked. I looked at my watch. It was still 5 minutes before the 7 o'clock appointment Jessica and I had made. I looked out the window, feeling calm inside. I didn't expect Jessica to show up like before. Just after 7, I signaled the waiter that I was ready to eat. I cut the steak and enjoyed the sumptuous dinner alone. After dinner, I walked toward the cinema. I had been with Jessica for 7 years and had spent all my time with her. Last year, I wanted her to go to a movie with me, but she refused because there were too many people at the cinema and she was afraid of being recognized. The next day, I accompanied Tom to the amusement park. It was already past 11 when we returned home after the movie. I opened the door and found no one inside. Jessica wasn't there. After showering, I casually checked my phone and saw a photo on Weibo of Tom and Jessica at the hospital. Tom had been hit by a lighting board on set. He looked serious in the photo, but there wasn't even a scratch on him, just a little swelling. Jessica had a nervous expression, and Tom was touching her face to comfort her. The media praised their sweet relationship again. Tom also posted on Weibo, "No matter what happens, you're always by my side first." I remained calm and turned off the lights to sleep. When Jessica came back, it was already late at night. As soon as she entered, all the lights in the room were off. When Jessica lived at home, no matter how late she came back, would turn on the lights and wait for her. I'd even prepare bath water for her. She opened my bedroom door and woke me up when she saw I was asleep. Jessica had a dark expression and questioned me, "Jonathan, I went to the restaurant to find you, why didn't you wait? Don't you know what time it is?" It wasn't that I hadn't waited for Jessica on our previous dates every time, even if I waited until dawn, she never showed up. Since I had decided to give up this relationship, why waste time waiting for someone who would never arrive? Jessica was speechless, then quickly explained that Tom got injured during filming and, as a colleague, she had to accompany him to the hospital. Besides, there were media around. I didn't look at her and responded calmly. Jessica got a little angry. "Jonathan, are you blaming me for not having dinner with you? Tom just entered the industry. He can't handle the tough reporters alone. Last year, I had a car accident and called her to visit me in the hospital. Jessica told me to handle it myself and not to bother her with everything. Later, I limped out of the hospital on my own. She never showed up. I know. I understand. I was tired and just wanted to sleep. Jonathan, I've been busy and haven't eaten yet," she said. Jessica has a sensitive stomach. To help with that, I learned to cook over the years and never let her into the kitchen. Whenever she returned late and hungry, I would cook her some porridge that was easy to digest. She felt secure and assumed it was my duty. "I've already eaten. If you're hungry, there are frozen dumplings in the fridge. Cook them yourself." Jessica was stunned. She didn't expect me to refuse. Seconds later, she slammed the door. Since that night, the Cold War between Jessica and me began. In the past, during fights, I would always try my best to please her and make her happy, hoping we could reconcile quickly. But this time, Jessica stayed elsewhere and didn't return. I felt extremely relaxed at home. I ate junk food I normally wouldn't, and finally had more time to myself. When my childhood friend organized a class reunion, I didn't have to consult Jessica. I agreed immediately. At the reunion, my childhood friend joked, "You're always so busy. Why didn't you come to any of the previous reunions? Did your superstar girlfriend finally let you come out?" I smiled and casually said, "We broke up." My friend was shocked because he knew how much I had sacrificed for Jessica. I graduated from a top university with the highest scores, and many companies competed to hire me. I gave up $1 million annual salary just to be with Jessica. After dinner, I agreed to join my friend's company starting Monday. That evening, when I walked in the door, I saw Tom, shirtless, pressing himself against Jessica and kissing her. Jessica looked panicked when she saw me. She quickly pulled up her fallen shoulder strap. "Tom and I are doing a jewelry endorsement. We were just getting into character for tomorrow's shoot," she explained in a panic. Tom looked at me smugly, but his tone was falsely aggrieved. "There will be many intimate scenes tomorrow. If Brother Jonathan isn't comfortable, maybe you shouldn't sign this contract. But it's your first big job, you must sign it." Even now, Jessica's priority was Tom. If I'd come back a little later, wouldn't you two have gone to bed to get more in character? Jessica's face turned ugly. "Jonathan, it's not what you think. Don't misunderstand. Do I have to walk in on you two naked in bed for it to not be a misunderstanding?" I laughed in disbelief. Jessica grabbed my hand and still tried to explain. "Jonathan, you weren't like this when I used to film. Tom's new and inexperienced. I am his senior. I should take care of him. I used to support her doing emotional scenes because it was just work. Even when I saw her kiss another actor, I told myself it was just part of the job. But Tom changed everything. You expect me to believe this was just helping a newcomer? Jessica, you really disgust me." "Jonathan, don't be like this," Jessica cried, pulling my arm. Then Tom stepped in. "Jonathan, who do you think you are to treat Jessica like this? Even if we did sleep together, so what? You're just an assistant. I'm her official boyfriend." Tom deliberately emphasized the word boyfriend, took a deep breath, and punched me in the face. He didn't expect me to fight back, and I knocked him to the ground. Jessica rushed over and, seeing the blood on the corner of his mouth, slapped me hard and shouted, "Jonathan, are you crazy? What right do you have to do this?" I touched the stinging cheek with the tip of my tongue and laughed bitterly. "Yeah, I'm crazy." Then I looked at Jessica coldly and said, word by word, "So, Jessica, let's break up." Maybe it was hard for her to accept hearing the words, "break up," from me. She instantly lost control. "Jonathan, are you sure you want to break up with me? Do you know I've paid for everything you've eaten and worn these past few years? You want to break up now? Let's see if you can still maintain this luxurious life." As her assistant, I flew everywhere with her and did all the dirty and heavy work alone. A few months ago, I had a high fever from a viral infection. Jessica called me to help Tom move because the moving company staff were unreliable and might leak his private information. I was afraid she'd be upset, so I moved everything while sick. I was so weak that I broke a cup, and Jessica got furious. "Luxurious life?" I asked coldly. "Jessica, I've been your assistant for 7 years. Have you ever paid me a single penny? Those things you bought for me, how much are they really worth? They were either cheap goods grabbed from live streams or freebies from brands. Don't worry. I won't take anything you gave me." Jessica realized I was serious this time, so her voice softened. "Jonathan, that's not what I meant. You're overthinking it. Tomorrow I'll tell my agent to transfer your salary to your account. You got mad tonight just because you wanted money, right?" It no longer mattered how she saw me. "Jessica, I've already resigned from my position as your assistant. From now on, I won't handle any of your schedules." Jessica looked shocked. "Resign? I didn't agree to fire you. Who said you could resign?" I pulled a resignation letter from my briefcase and threw it in front of her. It had the HR department's stamp and signature on it. All these years, I had been by her side as her assistant, thinking she'd one day make our relationship public. But whenever our colleagues gossiped about us, she explained I was just a college classmate she took extra care of. She denied our relationship countless times in front of others. "Let's pretend the resignation never happened," she said. "I'll talk to HR tomorrow and have it voided." Jessica was always like this, making decisions for me without asking what I wanted. "I'm not coming back," I said firmly. "Jonathan, don't be so unreasonable. Apologize to Tom and he won't hold you accountable." I found that laughable. I'd love to see how he plans to hold me accountable. Is a rising star really going to sue me? People in the entertainment industry hate lawsuits, no matter the outcome. Tom was on the rise and wouldn't sue me just for punching him. Tom's face was dark as he glared at me. "Jonathan, you're just a housekeeper Jessica kept around. If you want to leave, no one's stopping you." He then put his arm around Jessica's shoulders. "Have you ever suffered this kind of humiliation before? Don't worry about him. He'll come crawling back when he can't survive on his own." They both believed I couldn't live without that home, that I'd be back in a few days. I laughed. "Well then, I wish you two dogs a long, happy life together. Just don't harm anyone else." Jessica was furious. "Get out of here, Jonathan. Don't come begging me to take you back later." I left the home Jessica and I had shared for 4 years and rented a small studio apartment through an agency. It was less than 30 square meters, but I felt incredibly happy once I moved in. When Jessica first entered the industry and had no income, we used my scholarship to rent a shabby little place. Back then, even with so little, we felt joy. After moving to a large flat, that happiness disappeared. Sunlight poured into the empty room. I was ready to start a new life. My phone buzzed. It was a text notification. Jessica had transferred 100,000 yuan to my bank account with the note, salary. So, in her heart, all my efforts over the past 7 years were worth only 100,000 yuan. Realizing my new place was far from my childhood friend's company, I decided to use the money to buy a car. I had mentioned this idea before, but Jessica shot it down. She said the company was close enough to walk and buying a car was a waste. Besides, in her eyes, an assistant didn't deserve a car. Now, driving my own car, I felt relaxed. I planned to grab a bite and head back to my apartment, but on the way, a new car hit mine. I stepped out and checked and saw Tom inside, looking smug. I immediately understood had done it on purpose. Jessica was sitting next to him. "Why is it you?" she said in shock, clearly surprised I owned a car. I didn't even glance at her and bent down to check the damage. "Jonathan, after leaving me, all you can afford is a broken second-hand car. Look at what you're wearing, it's pathetic," she mocked. "Right," I replied sarcastically. The previous boss wasn't generous. After leaving her, this is all I can afford. Jessica fumed while Tom pulled her hand and whined, "Jessica, why even talk to him? He hit the new car you just bought me. It's so unlucky." I glanced at the Karen Audi A8. So she wasn't afraid of wasting money, just didn't want to waste it on me. Jessica walked up to me. "Jonathan, don't you want your own car? If you kneel and beg me, I'll buy one for you too. How about that?" I looked at her seriously. "An Audi A8 isn't good enough. You should at least buy me a Porsche 911. Tom panicked, afraid she'd say yes. "Jonathan, do you have no shame? You've already broken up with Jessica, and now you want her to buy you a car. Do you think you deserve it? Tom, you deliberately hit me just now, didn't you?" I asked. Jessica turned to look at him, and he immediately looked guilty. "Jessica, you were in the car. How could I have done that on purpose? This is the new car you gave me. How could I bear to do that?" Tom is still quibbling, but I know that Jessica will believe it. No matter what Tom says, Jessica will stand by his side. "Jonathan, here is 1,000 yuan, which is enough to repair your broken car. Don't let me see you again." Jessica threw the money at me and drove away with Tom. I picked up the money from the ground and took out my mobile phone to call the police. "Hello, police, I want to report someone for a hit and run." The incident of Tom going to the police station became a hot search that day. Isn't this the little boyfriend of the big star Jessica? How come she's already in jail just a few days after the official announcement? That woman is ungrateful. Now that she's famous, she's forgotten who accompanied her for so many years. The gloating expression on my childhood friend's face showed that he didn't like Jessica. Jessica's affairs have nothing to do with me. 7 years after graduation, my focus had been on Jessica. I can work according to my own preferences again, and my whole mental state has become much more positive. 3 days after I settled in the new company, I don't know how Jessica found out that I work here, and she actually came to me. "Jonathan, let's talk." I showed my impatience. "Jessica, I think I made it very clear before, I have broken up with you. Please don't bother me again." Jessica took my hand and tried to stop me from leaving. Several colleagues around heard my conversation with Jessica and whispered, "Didn't Jessica just make her relationship with Tom public a few days ago? Did they break up because of Tom's intervention? Tom is also quite famous. It's disgusting that such a handsome man is still a third party." However, watching Jessica and when on TV, the sound also reached Jessica's ears, making her face look very ugly. "Jonathan, Tom's arrest this time has a huge impact. Can you help him?" I stopped, put my hands in my pockets, and looked at Jessica with a playful look. How do you want me to help you? Go to the police station and say that you caused the collision due to improper driving. It is not Tom's responsibility, okay? The public opinion on Weibo is already unfavorable to Tom. If he has a criminal record because of this incident, his life will be ruined. My heart for Jessica had long died. However, when I heard her make such a shameless request, I couldn't help but feel a little sad for wasting these 7 years. In Jessica's heart, as long as Tom is fine, she can't care about me taking all the guilt on myself. The police will investigate carefully. Jessica, I have broken up with you. Don't bother me with everything. I raised my leg to leave. Jessica knew that she often said this to me. Don't bother me with everything. Please help Tom. I can give you money. You name a price. Tom and I are about to join the crew to film. I can't lose this opportunity because of this car accident. Jessica, your affairs with Tom have nothing to do with me. Please leave immediately. Jessica shamelessly refused to leave and was directly dragged away by the security guards I called. When Jessica was taken away by the security guards, she did not forget to shout at me, "Jonathan, if you don't want me to have an easy life, I won't let you have an easy life either. Just wait, I'll make you beg me." That night, my childhood friend sent me a live broadcast link, so check it out quickly. Jessica failed to beg you and started to throw dirty water on you. Although I was mentally prepared before clicking, I was still disgusted by Jessica's words in the live broadcast room after clicking. Jessica angrily denounced my crimes in the live broadcast, saying that I was unable to get the love I wanted because I was jealous of Tom and deliberately framed him. In an instant, Jessica's fans in the live broadcast room were scolding me for not being grateful and actually doing such a disgusting thing. I have been with Jessica in the entertainment industry for 7 years, and I don't care about the overwhelming scolding against me on the internet. It was not enough for Jessica to slander me in the live broadcast room, she also found some fans to cause trouble in the company. I didn't intend to explain originally. Since that's the case, I didn't need to show any mercy to Jessica. After Jessica became famous, she didn't like others to know about our relationship. I secretly registered a Weibo account without telling her. It recorded all the little things that happened in our relationship over the past 7 years since Jessica and I got together. In the eyes of the public, Jessica and Tom are a perfect match. But it was my silent support and dedication behind the scenes that made Jessica who she is today during her 7 years in the entertainment industry. I compiled the photos of my 7 years with Jessica and our chat records and posted them directly on the internet. After that, I retrieved the surveillance records from the police station and took a case closing report. All the evidence pointed to Tom, who deliberately bumped into me. After posting it, I logged out of my account. I blocked Jessica's phone number. The next day, she kept changing her number to call me, which was too annoying, so I simply turned off my phone. After getting off work that night, I went home as usual. As soon as I got out of the elevator, Jessica pounced on me. "Jonathan, you posted those things on the internet on purpose, right? Go online to clarify and say that the evidence you posted was all fake and a lie. Don't you just want money? 1 million, 2 million, just name the number, I'll give you any amount." I pulled Jessica's hand away without even looking at her. Jessica was anxious. "Jonathan, it's not easy for me to get to my current position in this circle. I can't ruin my acting career because of this. Just look at our 7-year relationship. Go tell the media and say that you love me too much, that's why you did this." Jessica was crying and snotting. Her crying scenes were completely different from the eye drops she used when filming. I looked at Jessica in front of me with some unfamiliarity. In these 7 years, I didn't know what kind of person she was. "Jessica, you slandered me in the live broadcast room and asked people to cause trouble at my workplace. Have you ever thought about the 7-year relationship between you and me?" Jessica stood in front of me. "You are just an ordinary person, but I am different. Tom is also different. Even if Tom hit you on purpose, it was just a joke and he didn't cause you any harm. Jessica, would it not be a joke if I was really hit to death? No, Jessica shook her head. Tom has paid the price, but I can't. Please help me this time and explain to the netizens that we are back to the way we were before. Jessica suddenly thought of something and held my hand again. Jonathan, let's get married when the public opinion dies down, okay? Don't you just want to marry me? Jessica still thinks that she can use marriage as a bargaining chip to make me continue to obey her like before. I have lost patience with her crazy talk. Jessica, I don't love you anymore, and I will not marry you. If I don't love you anymore, how can you not love me? You said that the person you love most in your heart is me. She shouted hysterically, from the day I decided to leave you, I don't love you anymore. After saying that, I opened the door and slammed it shut. My work in the company gradually got back on track. Jessica didn't continue to find people to harass me at the company. I overheard several colleagues gossiping about Jessica, saying that all of Jessica's advertising endorsements had terminated their contracts in the past few days. I thought the matter between Jessica and me was over, but I didn't expect that a week later, she appeared at the gate of my community again. I pretended not to see her and walked in alone. Jonathan, Jessica trotted a few steps to catch up with me. Jessica, what else do you want? This is the photo album I found at home. It's full of photos we took together. You also said that when we get married, all these photos would be played on the screen. I looked at the thick photo album, which is full of the happy moments I shared with Jessica. But now, when I look at the people in the photos, I just feel irony. When Jessica and I lived in a rental house, I had countless fantasies that after we became big stars, we would go to many places together and eat many delicious foods. But Jessica has already become a big star, and the things we fantasized about together back then have never come true. There's no point in keeping the photos. You can deal with them yourself. I looked at Jessica with indifference in my eyes. Jonathan, you're still angry with me, right? I've been hidden by the company now and can't get any work. But it's okay now. I can spend all my time with you. Don't you want to go to Hokkaido to ski and see the cherry blossoms? Let's go tomorrow. In the past, I hoped that Jessica could accompany me on a trip when she was not working, a world for the two of us, but when I suggested going to Hokkaido to ski and soak in hot springs, Jessica said that I only thought about eating, drinking, and having fun all day long. Because of this, Jessica ignored me for half a month, so I never dared to ask her to travel with me again. I don't want to go now, I refused coldly, but Jessica seemed not to understand and kept pestering me. Jonathan, I will accompany you wherever you want to go, okay? I was annoyed by Jessica and stopped. Jessica, I've broken up with you. Jessica looked aggrieved. I know I was confused in the past and always ignored you because of Tom. That's because Tom is young. I know how difficult it is to enter this industry, so I wanted to take better care of this junior brother. But Tom had bad intentions toward me. I made the mistake because he seduced me. Even now, even if Jessica admits her mistake, she still blames others. She doesn't realize that feelings don't disappear overnight. What happened between you and Tom has nothing to do with me. As for you and me, we can't go back anymore. Jonathan, don't treat me like this. Jessica suddenly hugged my waist from behind, her voice crying. I have nothing now. I will never be able to return to the entertainment industry. I only have you now. Jonathan, don't leave me. You promised me that you would always be by my side. I forcefully pried open Jessica's hands that were hugging my waist. Jessica, what I said was that I would always love you, I would stay by your side forever. But I don't love you anymore. Do you understand? Jessica weakly let go of her hands. The next morning, as soon as I arrived at the company, Jessica brought me some stomach-warming porridge. Jonathan, this is the food I brought especially for you. Try it. Jessica ignored the strange looks from my colleagues and looked at me gently and considerately. I didn't want her to pester me anymore, so I dumped the lunchbox into the trash can in front of her. Jonathan. Jessica tried hard to hold back her tears and tugged at the corner of my suit jacket. I saw red blisters on Jessica's hands. They must have been scalded by oil splashing on her hands. Jessica, I've broken up with you. There's no point in you doing this. Only after you left did I realize that you were the one who loved me the most. After Tom came out of the police station, in order to continue to mix in the circle, he hooked up with a wealthy female businesswoman. In order to distance himself from me, he held a press conference and said that it was me who instructed him to run into you. I don't care whether I can return to the entertainment industry or not. I just want you to come back to me. Although I emphasized again that I no longer loved Jessica, she still refused to give up. Every day after that, a bouquet of flowers would be sent to the company with an apology written on the card. And the final destination of these flowers was the trash, thrown away by me. Later, Jessica sent a lot of express deliveries. These express deliveries contained things I wanted to buy, but Jessica had disagreed with buying. Last year, I wanted cufflinks from a big brand, hoping that one day, when Jessica announced my relationship with her, I could appear in front of the public in a formal suit. Jessica said that as an assistant, I shouldn't satisfy my vanity by buying cufflinks from a big brand. After thinking about it, I decided to send all these express deliveries to Jessica's home. After more than half a month of entanglement, Jessica suddenly stopped bothering me. I no longer received express deliveries at the company, and she sent the lunchboxes as usual every day. I thought Jessica had given up when she realized it was difficult and that she couldn't win my heart back. The next day, Jessica was arrested, and Tom was sent to the hospital, which appeared on the hot search. The police reported that Tom had been stabbed in the vitals, and it still needed to be observed whether he could wake up. The person who had assassinated him was Jessica. That night, Tom died after failed rescue. I was still shocked by Tom's death when I received a call from the police station. When Jessica learned of Tom's death, she clamored to see me. Because she was once a public figure, I agreed to let her meet me at the police station. Jessica was very emotional when she saw me. Her hands were handcuffed, her fingers crossed. I killed Tom, Jessica admitted the crime as soon as she saw me. Why did Tom follow that female rich businesswoman and come back to support me? I disagreed, so he forced me. Jonathan, I don't expect you to forgive me, I just hope to see you one last time. In view of Tom's coercion, Jessica had a certain degree of self-defense and was finally sentenced to 15 years in prison. This was the last time I saw Jessica. After that, I went on a blind date with a nice girl. After 3 months of getting along, we quickly got married. My wife is gentle and considerate. The latest vaccine I developed in my company has also been launched on the market. Jessica would come to me every New Year's Day, sending me a letter later and telling me how much she regretted it. But I never wrote back. There are too many regrets and remorse in life. You always have to pay the price for your wrong choices. I have let go of the past with Jessica a long time ago. Now I just want to live a good life with my wife and children. The end.